Hey Husker fans, Sam McKewon with the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra. This is the post-Memorial Day recruiting update for the Husker defense. This is going to be kind of a big weekend for Nebraska in terms of recruiting the defensive secondary and also one guy on the defensive line. Nebraska is targeting a bunch of guys from Texas. No surprise there, right? And so their first official visit weekend is this weekend, and there are quite a few names to go through. At the top of the list, and we'll get to all of the names, but the two to really watch, the first one is Mario Buford, Marquise Buford's younger brother, who is a four-star corner, has long been sort of attached to Nebraska, but he could go a lot of places. And Marquise Buford originally went to Florida State before changing his mind, going to Nebraska. I think Mario could go to a lot of schools, including in his own state, but I think Nebraska's got a really good chance of landing him. I think Evan Cooper has built a good relationship there, and so that would be a good addition to the class. We kind of overlook him a little bit because he's attached to his brother, but I think that would be one of the better players in the 2024 class if he said yes. Another one to watch is Carlin Jones. So he is from Bay City, Texas, the same school where Bryce Turner, wide receiver commit, is from, and so he's a guy to watch. Nebraska's defensive line recruiting, it's going to take a lot of elbow grease, and it's probably going to take a little bit of, hey, we're going to project this guy to be somewhere later down the line. Now, Jones has got a pretty good offer list, but this isn't a five-star guy or anything like this. I think 6'4", 260, maybe 6'3", 260. Got to see his size once he arrived. I think Nebraska likes him. Kind of a mid three-star guy. This is somebody Nebraska needs in the class, though. I'm just kind of telling you that they need more defensive line bodies. They just need more defensive linemen in general. I think what they're working off of is, hey, we're going to take Brody Tagaloa and we're going to make him a really good football player. And we're going to take Cam Lenhart and we're going to play him on the defensive line, 245, 250, and play him off the edge. We're going to take Prince William, who's an elite athlete, maybe get him up to 255 and kind of play him in a couple different spots. But they need a couple of those just great defensive linemen, guys that can kind of anchor in the Big Ten. The question mark about the 3-3-5 that Nebraska wants to run is still a little bit, okay, when you go play Minnesota and they put two tight ends on the field, who are you putting on the field? And I think Nebraska has to have answers for that because they're going to have to play a couple of what my old colleague Lee Barfnick called sausage ball games every year. And those are going to be games that they want to win, and they're going to be playing teams in the north that are cold and all the rest, and you got to be able to put guys out on the field who are 305 pounds and have a bad disposition. And so Nebraska needs a few more of those. I think Jones is one to watch. They've got a couple other safeties and secondary guys coming in this weekend too. It's always possible that they'll land a couple of those guys. Dante Carter is one of them that's coming in, a safety. They'll be worth watching. William Speedy Nettles is coming in. That's another guy. It's going to be hard to pick him up. I think that he's got some good offers as well. But those are some of the names to watch. A lot of them in the secondary. And then you've got Jones at defensive line. I think they're going to put a full court press on him and try to get him to commit if they can. I don't know that he will, but he's going to be a priority target this weekend. And then as the weekends go on, maybe they'll get a few more defensive linemen to come in. But I'm just telling you, this is not easy. The most coveted players in any given class, with the exception of quarterback, is probably elite defensive linemen. And so even that mid three-star guy's got schools lining up at his door. It is a hard position to play, and it is a hard position to develop consistently. Nebraska feels good about its ability to develop, but still, nevertheless, it's a hard position to recruit. So if you get one, you want to keep him and you want to develop him, and I think Jones fits into that category. Okay, that is our recruiting update for the defensive side of the ball this week.